fathers don't want to do that, to be able to show up for your kids. And so many people, millions and millions of people, are unable to do it or believe that they're unable to do it because they just don't have a solution. Millions of Americans, countless members of the world community struggle day to day with issues related to mobility. They begin at the crack of dawn. Getting out of bed is a process, a painful process, or a very uncomfortable one, to say the least. And from there, the entire day is a struggle. Driving to and from work, doing their job, trying to take care of themselves, trying to take care of their family members, the things that so many of us take for granted and even take to be a hassle or a chore, become this impossible task. People suffer day in and day out, stiff joints, pain, overall immobility. And they just hope and pray that one day they'll recover, or they just deal with it. They hope that they'll just go back to normal. It'll all be a distant and terrible memory. But for a whole lot of us, for most of us, this never happens. It's a tragedy. Instead of getting better, instead of truly healing, people, especially Americans and other Westerners, just run off to the doctor. They get pumped full of drugs, oftentimes painkillers that cause addiction and overdose deaths. And then they just slowly deteriorate without ever really learning there's options out there. Somebody in the comments on Rumble just recently when I was live was inquiring. They were asking, I wonder if Stu Peters suffers from chronic pain. And I don't know how they knew that. The answer is yes, was yes, now no. Because there are products and treatments that can actually help you heal. We're not masking, we're not treating, we're not burying pain and treating symptoms. We're talking about actually healing, getting to the root of the issue at the most micro level, at the cellular level. For me, it's X39. This is why I get so passionate about these segments. X39 there's no other word other than just amazing. It's this state-of-the-art medical product worn on the body as a patch that uses the body's infrared light to activate a specific light frequency. And these patches are worn 12 hours a day. I put mine on right when I get out of the shower. I take it off right before I go to bed. And the benefits are unbelievable. Immune support, increased energy. And X39 patches will help you take your mobility back. This is a product that everyone needs to hear about. In just a minute, we're going to be joined by Dr. Simon Florenai. Now, Dr. Florenai is the former president of the Chiropractors Association of Australia and the co-founder of Vitality Organic Allied Health, a pioneering wellness center at the Australian city of Melbourne. Now, Dr. Florenai has been advised and has advised the Australian government on health policy, and he's also been sought out by Hollywood stars and world-class athletes because he's a global leader in the field of holistic health. He has a deep passion for health reform and community wellness, so who better to discuss this with and the benefits of this revolutionary medical device like X39 than Dr. Florenai? And so now for another insightful discussion on LifeWave's X39 products and what they can do for you, we're now joined here on the Stu Peters Show live from Australia by Dr. Florenai. Thank you so much for making the time to be here for us. I mean, you advise so many important people. We feel like our audience is very important, selfishly, biasly, so we appreciate you making the time for us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, and I'm a big fan, Stu. I've followed you for years now, and also I only have 4 children, 4 boys in their 20s, and the X39 has made a huge shift for me, not just in pain and discomfort, but I can keep up with my 20-year-old sons in the gym.
The energy is unbelievable, isn't it? People don't believe me, Dr. Florenai. They tell me that I'm like this cracked out conspiracy theorist because I put these patches, just below my navel or on the C7 vertebrae or right on top of a pain spot if I'm dealing with something.
Anywhere, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just personal experience. I have major shoulder problems, prohibited me from working out. That creates a lack of confidence. You don't work out, a lot of bad things happen, obviously. You can't be active. Yep. If you can't be with your kids, a lot of bad things happen. I put the patch on there 2 days later, no pain. I've never dealt with pain again.
I know. It's extraordinary. I had an interesting case with a shoulder, a 75-year-old woman who ruptured the tendon in her shoulder, started wearing the patches, eventually the doctor convinced her to go and have the surgery. And then he said, look, I don't know this is the strangest shoulder operation I've ever done. It's like the tendon has been growing back and reaching to try and connect itself. It wasn't there yet because it was over, like half an inch of separation from where it had detached. He said, but it's sort of like it had grown these reattachment tendons. And I said, that's the patches, And in clinical practice, to have so many cases, we're talking hundreds now, type 1 diabetes, people having breakup with diabetes who 37 years are having a pancreatic organ start to function again, where their automatic devices are stopping working because they don't need the insulin. And this is stuff that is happening with validated backup from tissue, like machines that are measuring the blood in every single second. So it's extraordinary to have an undescended testicle.
How is this happening? Can you try to explain some of the process of how this is happening? And I don't know if you guys just caught that or not, but what Dr. Florenai just said is mind-blowing. Can you imagine all of the millions of people who have been diagnosed with diabetes? Can you imagine? I mean, there are so many people that rely on insulin, and for you to say that, that is a huge, huge game changer. So what is the process? How are these patches working?
The first process that you have to get used to, and this is easy for someone who has a natural health or chiropractic background, because we deal with the intelligence that's already in the body. So to truly understand these patches, you've got to understand that it's not the cream, the antiseptic cream that heals the wound. It's you. It's never, ever the drug that heals the body. It's the body using something to help it do what it does best. We regrow our own stomach every 4 to 5 days. We get a whole new set of skin every month. And so if your innate intelligence, your inborn intelligence is off, then you won't heal the same. And so what these things do is they re-regulate you, they re-rail you back onto what you do best, which is to heal well. We have a huge part of our nervous system that is designed to heal and replenish. That's why we have to sleep, because we have to regenerate. And so when you get that right, your body just gets better and better. That's why in the Bible, people have been living for 200-300 years, because they did it right. It's the right food, the right exercise, the right things. So as we age, we get less and less stem cells. And so what we need is to have the stem cells that our children have. And that's what slowly has declined. And when you can use something that re-rails you back into more of a youthful production of your stem cells, then you can heal and repair literally anything in your body.
My mute button, there it is. So you're saying that this is actually an age reduction, like a reversal?
Yeah, I mean, I think it would be safe to say that, or it is a slowing of the aging process, because your body has all that intelligence in there. What we're doing is upregulating what's already there. So we're not giving you something that you've lost. We're just keeping you in a state of health and youthfulness and freshness, and upregulating the innate intelligence that you've already got. It's like a 4x kicker that helps you to heal faster, do what, the reason why children can grow physically from being small beings into these adult size, and the reason we stop is because our intelligence slows down in its desire to repair, replenish, and replace. So when you add that back, the body starts to repair, replenish, and replace tissue, injury, scarring. My biggest benefit to having these patches was that I put one on. I caught a flight back to Australia from Europe, where we live, and I went to the gym the next morning, and I'd forgotten to take my glasses, but I'd read my emails and I'd checked in at the gym with my lock and everything, and I sat down and went, oh, where are my glasses? And I'd left them at home because my eyesight had improved. And I've progressively gone from a 3+ magnification down to like a 0.5. And now I use my glasses when I want to see something really up close on a computer. But pretty much my own eyes have repaired. And I'm thinking, wow, the tissues and tendons in my body can repair those really fine ones. It's not just pain, and it's everything your body needs to heal can mend. Skin, hair, nails. You've got yourself refreshing and replenishing from an innate intelligence perspective, better, more like you were when you're in your 15, 20-year-old.
And you've got your patients doing this. What kind of testimonials have you seen?
Everything across the board, because everything from a young child with an undescended testicle in one day. There's these people having the breakup with diabetes, people avoiding, literally can't play golf for 3 years, wear the patches for a week and back playing golf because the arthritis in my wrists, hands, knees, all those things. I find it extraordinary in its ability to upregulate the intelligence in the body to do a better, faster, more natural job of healing.
So how long should people wear these patches for?
Well, the wonderful, amazing woman who introduced us to these patches is in her late 50s, early 60s, and looks like she's 30, and she wears one every day. And so she's my go-to. So I just wear one every day.